ये हमको मिलेगा रवि सर से, फिर आपको कोक मिलेगा, चेतन जी हमको कोक देंगे, तो हमको आयरन ओर मिल गया, चेतन जी से कोक ले लिया, लाइमस्टोन हम बाजार से खरीद लेंगे, ठीक है। नाउ वी हैव द टू आयरन मेकिंग प्रोसेस, वन इज द डायरेक्ट रिडक्शन, second is the indirect reduction. Okay, what is the difference between the direct reduction and indirect reduction? We will learn it later. For time being, you will understand there are the two iron making processes, direct reduction and indirect reduction. Indirect reduction is known as the blast furnace process. Direct reduction is known as the DRI process, and this is also of two types, gas based DRI and coal based DRI. Okay, so this whole thing is known as the iron making. Okay, so this we have to control is iron making. This portion is known as the steel making, which will take after me Vipul sir in detail. Okay, I am just giving a brief introduction. Like that in steel making, NOF or you can say EF, BOF, and this is the grain shot. Okay. After the secondary steel making and vacuumification, this is the process of mill and caster. In mill you have the continuous casting machine, you have a various type of caster, mainly slab caster, billet caster, bloom caster, and according to the finished product and all these things you can change the shape, and accordingly you will install the mill. For plate mill the raw material is slab. For TMT and all these things, the raw material is billet, and other structures, rounds and billets, depends on their size and shape. Okay, is that clear? Now you have एक मोटा idea आ गया. What is a steel plant? So we have to take care from here to here. Okay, like yesterday I told you, we have to make TS and all these things. So sometimes some people will ask about only for this furnace, some people ask about only for this furnace, some people will come only for the blast furnace, some people will come for integrated steel plants. So we have to give a whole solution. Okay. So in a steel plant there are the various sections. One is RMHS. What is the full form of RMHS? Yes. Okay. Good. हाँ?
ऐसे ही बोल दिया था.
ऐसे बोल दिया था. So you have a क्या बोलते हैं तुम्हारा कुछ जर्मन बहुत अच्छा है. So basic instinct should be like that. काम करने के लिए. Next one. Pellet plant. Ravi sir already told it. Sinter plant. It's also a process for blast furnace. It's a raw material for blast furnace. Okay, I'll explain it. Sinter is just an agglomerate of all these things, fluxes, iron ore fines, coke fines, all these things. We make sinter, and it's used in the blast furnace. Okay. After sinter, coke oven, we make coke from coal, available market. Okay. So Chetan sir told you what is the difference between coke and coal. What he told? अरे कोई याद है कि भूल गए?
Difference is the concentration of carbon percent.
Okay, leave it. After that we will discuss it. Now the blast furnace. Okay. After the blast furnace, we have the DRI. One more thing, it is not in the sequence. You don't have to understand that after blast furnace it comes DRI. I am just here saying what is the parts of the steel plant. Okay, what can be. So next is the SMS. SMS include EF and BF. So normally if we go BOF route or EF route, some big steel plant like Jindal, Tata, MNS install in both routes, in all the routes. Secondary metallurgy includes ladle furnace and all these things. Now caster and rolling mills. All these things to run a steel plant, because you are using the furnace and all these things, you need electricity, basic requirements. So obviously, if you are installing an integrated steel plant, you need some electricity, and for that, you need a capital power plant. Okay, but if you are installing a small plant, so we normally the people don't install the power plant; they take the electricity with the grid available or government. So, as I told you earlier, there are the two routes of iron making: indirect reduction and direct reduction. So, indirect reduction route is blast furnace. Okay. और direct reduction route क्या है? DRI. And DRI has a also one has the HDI. Okay, it's also one type of iron making, which is not much popular in India, but very much popular in Gulf and Middle East. Okay. So the pellet plant, Ravi sir has covered already, so I am skipping this. Okay, the sinter. What is a sinter plant? You can see this picture, and this is the bed, and the energy is given by the burners. Okay. The sinter plant is a facility that processes the fine grained iron ore concentrate into sinteros. Sintering is a process where the fine particles are fused together under heat, forms a porous hard mass. This sinteros is then used as a feed material in the blast furnace to produce pig iron. तो समझ में आया किसी को? कुछ नहीं? You can explain anything, something little?
We heat the iron ore so that particles, the coke contained in that particle will get burned out, and we get porous ore particles which will be used in
Good. Like I just explained few minutes ago, the sinter is in sinter plant we use the pellet fines, iron ore fines, coke fines, sometimes flux. तो सिंटर प्लांट आप स्टील प्लांट को ऐसा बोल सकते हो कि जैसे जो हमारे घर